Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself first ya. My name is Dede Rajaya Wardani from Chemistry A class. And in this video, I will doing independent presentation my about my material. The title is Three Great Islamic Kingdoms. Means are the Ottoman Empire, the Safavid Dynasty, and the Mughal Empire. Okay, at first I will present about the Ottoman Empire. And the history of Ottoman Empire was founded by the Turkish people from Koyit tribe, yeah. And in the 13th century, like from 1219 to 1220 AD, the tribe led by Sulaiman Shah, yeah, migrated from Central Asia, uh, to escape the Mongol invasion, yeah, under leadership of Genghis Khan. And then after Sulaiman Shah died, his son called Ertugrul, yeah, took over the leadership. Uh, the the resident and Ertugrul served the Sultan Alauddin Kekubatuan because Sultan Alauddin Kekubatuan is the Sultan Seljuk of Rum in Anatolia. Ertugrul and his resident serve him because uh, because Sultan Alauddin is a no, because Sultan Seljuk is a big 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 Muslim power in Anatolia, and the most logical choice to Koyit tribe to survive, yeah, from from Mongol invasion. And then furthermore, because the Koyit tribe help the Sultan Seljuk to fight Byzantium Empire. And then Ertugrul rewarded with a piece of land in Sorgut, yeah. When Ertugrul died in 1288 AD, the leadership was passed to his son called Osman I, yeah. And the Ottoman Empire, the Ottoman, is come from his name Osman I. Okay, and in the 1299 AD, Sultan Seljuk of Rome is collapsed because Sultan Alauddin Kekubatuan was killed by a Mongol invasion, yeah. That's why Osman I took the opportunity to declare the independence of his territory in that year, yeah, in 1299 AD. And this event or this year as the official founding or making birth of the Ottoman Empire. Okay. Okay. Next, the glory of the Ottoman Empire is one. The Janissary land army became the biggest fear for European kingdoms because of their discipline and use of modern firearms. 2. The Ottoman navy successfully controlled the Mediterranean Sea trade routes. And 3. Mecca and Medina were given to the Ottomans, changing the empire from a local sultanate into the center of the worldwide Islamic Caliphate. And the last, Istanbul turned into a very rich center for civilization, science, and international trade. Okay, and then the decline of the Ottoman Empire is one, the weak leadership of the Sultan after the death of Sulaiman I, which led to a loss of central control over their vast territory. 2. The decline in discipline among the elite Janissary troops, who began to interfere in palace politics and cause internal rebellion. And 3. A severe economic crisis due to the end of territorial expansion and falling behind European industrial revolution in technology. And the last, a fatal defeat in World War One, which is caused deep disappointment and led Mustafa Kemal to system abolish the caliphate system, yeah, and establish a secular republic of Turkey in the 1920 AD. And then we move to the second kingdoms, is the Safavid dynasty. Okay, a history of Safavid dynasty is began as a Sufi order called the Safawiya order, ya, found by um, Sheikh Sheikh Safi al-Din in in 12 in 1252 to 1334 AD in Azerbaijan, ya. At first, this order was pure spiritual order, yeah, based on Sunni Sufi. Through a network of loyal followers or loyal residents, this group built a very big social network, yeah, across Anatolia and Persia. A radical change happened in the mid 15th century, yeah. Special in under leadership under Sheikh Junaid and Sheikh Haidar. Due to the political instability after the fall of the Timur Empire, yeah, the group changed focus from a spiritual order or spiritual movement into a political military order or political military movement, yeah, with a militant 12 imam ideology. Okay, and then to strength to be more strength his military, Sheikh Sheikh Haidar organized his nomadic followers or nomadic resident, yeah, in in Anatolia and Azerbaijan, who became the army called Kizilbash Army. The peak came during the time of Haidar grandson Ismail I, ya. Ismail become the leadership lead, leader in Kizilbash army, and in 1501 AD, uh, around around 14 years old, ya. Ismail around 14 years old, he success captured the strategic city of Tabriz from the Akkayunlu dynasty. And in Tabriz, Ismail proclaimed himself as the Sheikh of Persia and officially making the birth of the Safavid dynasty. Okay. Next, the glory of the Safavid dynasty is one. In the military field, there was a professional army called the Gulam. Okay, in the military field, there was a professional army called the Gulam, um, not the Kisilbash, yeah. That's different, but this is called the Gulam, who were paid directly by the state and had absolute loyalty to the Sheikh. This was done to break the power of the Kizilbash army, yeah, which often caused civil wars because the Kizilbash army moved to political, yeah, not in military again. Okay, and two, the Safavid successfully modernized their army with cannons and muskets, allowing them to match the military strength of the Ottoman Empire. And then, in the economic field, Sheikh Abbas I turned the silk industry into a state monopoly, which brought huge income to the royal treasury. And then Sheikh Abbas I also controlled the port of Gumrud, later renamed Bandar Abbas. This port became the main gateway for international trade between Persia and European trading companies like British, Dutch, and French, yeah, as well as Asia. And then the last, in the field of art and architecture, they built the Sheikh Mosque, the Sheikh Lutfullah Mosque, the Ali Kapu Palace, and the Hoju Bridge. Okay, and the design of the Safavid dynasty is there was a corrupt succession and a harem system. Harem system is like when future rules, yeah, were locked inside the Roman palace, so they could not rebel while still alive. However, this policy caused them to grow into leaders with very little knowledge of the outside world, no military experience, weak mentalities, and they were easily controlled by palace officials and royal women. Yeah, so weak. Two, there was a decline in the military as the Gulam troops slowly turned into a new political group inside the palace. And three, the Safavid dynasty was officially overthrown by Nadir Khan on March 8, 1736 AD, because he successfully chased out the Afghans and pushed back the Ottoman army, making Nadir Khan feel he no longer needed the Safavid royal line. Okay, and the last kingdom to be present is the Mughal Empire. So, history of the Mughal Empire was founded by Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur, a descendant of Timur Lenk and Genghis Khan, yeah, from the Mongol ethnic. Babur became a leader at the young age of 11, so young, yeah. And during his conquest, Babur was helped by the Safavid dynasty under King Ismail I, yeah, under Ismail I, under leadership Ismail I, to conquer Samarkand in 1494 AD. And after that, Babur continued his expansion to India. And furthermore, Alam Khan is the Ibrahim Lodi uncle, and Daulat Khan is the governor of Lahore. Betray Ibrahim Lodi and invite Babur to fight them, to defeating them, yeah. And then Babur reached the after defeating Alam Khan and Daulat Khan, Babur reached the region of Panipat, where he defeated Ibrahim Lodi's army, yeah, uh, known as the first first battle of Panipat One, yeah. And this is officially established the Mughal Empire, yeah, making birth of Mughal Empire with Babur as its first leader from 1526 to 1530 AD. Okay, and then the leadership of the Mughal Empire was continued by Babur descendants, yeah, and eventually in when in 20, when in 1717 AD, Murshid Quli Khan, as the governor of Bengal, yeah, officially became an independent ruler, although he still recognized the Mughal emperor as the main leader in India, yeah. Uh, and the British East India Company began operating in the early 18th century, and at first they only traded, but over time they began to gain they began to gain special right and political power. And the conflict between the British East India Company and the Bengal government as the Murshid Quli Khan grew tense and peaked during the Battle of Plassey in 1757 AD, which won by the British East India Company. And after 2 centuries, India independence came near, yeah. And independent India was divided into two nations. One is India and two is Pakistan. There were big difference between East Pakistan and West Pakistan in terms of language, culture, and economy. East Pakistan was also known as Bangladesh, yeah. And then on March 2025 in 1571, Pakistan first attacked East Pakistan, yeah, and the war lasted for 9 months. And on December 16, yeah, Bangladesh became independent as a separate country, and this was the beginning of the formation of Bangladesh from Mughal Empire to Bangladesh, yeah, to country Bangladesh. Okay, next we move to the glory of the Mughal Empire. Okay, so the glory of the Mughal Empire is in the field of art and architecture. They built historic monuments such as the Taj Mahal as a symbol of Mughal glory, yeah, Taj Mahal, and the Badashahi Mosque in Lahore as a sign of successful Islamic civilization. Two, economic and political progress also drove advancement in art and architecture, such as the creation of literary works by Kurt Potts in both Persia and Indian language, yeah, Potts. And then the last, during the reign of Aurangzeb, a historian named Abu Fazl, would write the history of the Mughal Empire based on its leader. And the last, my person, the decline of the Mughal Empire is the king who replaced Aurangzeb were weak rulers, so they could not handle the decline of domestic politics. And two, there were many internal and external conflict. Internal conflict include the rise of weak rules, uh, and power struggle, ya, between the descendant of Bahadur Shah and Muhammad Farrukhsiyar. Yeah, Farrukhsiyar. Meanwhile, external conflict include rebellion everywhere and the British invasion through the EYC or East India Company. Nah, okay. Uh, Maybe this is my independent presentation, ya, about three great Islamic kingdoms. Sorry if I make many mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.